Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to another Veg Out video with CCUA. I'm Saxon and I'm gonna do a craft with you today that is all vegetable related, well, and some legumes, but we were inspired by books by these folks where they do foods with moods. So I'm going to try my hand at a few of these today. I've got some examples started here. I've got a little scared pepper, happy tomato, sad pepper. But I'm going to go extra now and try to do some like scenes like they have in this book. So I thought this tomato looked a little sad. Pretty funny to be doing, actually. See them like kind of come to life in a weird way. Okay, so now I have my sad tomato. I just cut little sections out. And to get him to kind of sit up, I've been trimming the bottom off. And then I thought this looked like a smiley tomato, so maybe it's his friend coming to cheer him up. Cut out another little slit, stick in the bean. Maybe try a bigger bean. And these are just black-eyed peas that we got in a bean mix. They're dry. And then cut a little slit off the bottom there, make him sit up. And now the friendly tomato is comforting his friend, the grumpy sad tomato. Alright, next we have a pepper. It's kind of got a frown. So maybe as you're harvesting your vegetables or fruits, you might notice that some of them have unique features, and that might be the more fun ones to do this with. So I thought he looks a little sad. So I'm going to give him some eyes.
So you have something to eat or something.
I was say, yeah, you want to, if you want to go.
Come on, snake lady.
Not the same.
Oh, it's so low maintenance.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotta be a little careful with the peppers because they don't have as, like a tomato is all flesh, but the pepper is thinner, so you can kind of get your bean in there a little too far sometimes. Alright, so we've got our sad pepper friend here. And then he's going to have a friend come along and give him some flowers. So let's see if we can make this work.
I didn't know you take that.
This might also be a fun activity to do if you've got somebody who's wary of trying a certain thing for the first time. You know, maybe letting them play with their food a little bit could be a fun way to get them to try something.
You're free.
He is big.
Yeah, he's huge.
So I went out in our pollinator area and found this. I don't know what kind of flower it is, but I thought it looked like a mini bouquet. So then he's coming along and giving his friend a flower to cheer him up. Alright.
Sorry, kids.
Then, in order to, this is probably the easiest one to do. So I did this yesterday, which is why it looks a little bit older. But I found online that if you cut a pepper a certain way, sometimes you can get them to look like faces. So I think the important thing is if you have like 4 lobes on the bottom, to cut sort of like in the middle of one of the lobes. Let's see. It's kind of a bit of an experiment. Okay, so this doesn't look like too much of a face, but that could be a really sad mouth. And somebody maybe having a rough day here. And then you don't even need any beans for this. You can just maybe cut some slits for the eyes and have a sad pepper. You might find maybe that you find a mad pepper or a laughing pepper. I guess this one could be more of a, well, he's still got kind of a frown there. I was going to say maybe he could be smiling, but he's still pretty frowny. And then again, if you want it to sit up, just make a slice off the bottom. And maybe. That one's not working very well. So sometimes it might work, but sometimes maybe they just need to lay down. Okay, the last one are these sweet little, they have lots of different names, but one is mouse melon, and I thought it might be cool to make them into mice. So they have a little tail, and a body, and a little nose. And then I'm gonna cut slits for the ears. And I'm cutting out like sort of angled little sections. Then I'm going to cut this smaller one for the ears. You need to cut it sort of wide so that it'll actually, they won't just fall over. Cut it in half. Might trim some of the edge off there. And you know, it's all kind of trial and error with this, so when you do it, you can just play around and make things different sizes as you need to. And I was thinking, okay, so there's our little mouse. I was thinking about giving this one eyes, but the eyes that I have are kind of too large. The beans that would have been the eyes are a little bit too large. So I think I'll just leave it alone. And if you wanted to make this guy lay flat, you could just trim a little bit of his bottom off. And there you have it. A mouse melon made into a mouse.
Here, so I gotta ask you a question. Opinion, like, you burnt out. What do you do? Like, what is the suggestion you got? 'Cause I've been super burnt out, like last week and this week. I mean, I don't know if it's because of what
I will say something I did not cover at the beginning of the video is some knife safety. So this is something you should definitely only use with your parents' or guardians' permission.
Yeah, well, it's just
And you want to be really careful to keep your fingers away from the blade. If you're carrying a knife, your parents may have a particular way that they expect you to carry it, and a particular way or place that they want you to put it away. So making sure that whenever you're using a knife, knowing that it's an important and valuable tool, it's also possibly dangerous. And so just being conscious and careful of how you're using this. And using it for the purpose that it's meant for. So I think that's all we have for you today, guys. I really hope that you'll try this. It's honestly super fun, super silly, and it makes a lot of people around here at CCUA laugh. So it was fun for me to do. hope that you guys have a great day, and we'll see
you have a thousand
soon
others.
for another Veg Out video.